Climate change. You must have heard this term millions of times. We already know the devastating impact caused by climate change across the world. It has caused more intense wildfires, heat waves, floods, hurricanes. And to counter all these problems, promises have been made by countries to reduce the greenhouse gas emissions. There have been pledges and commitments. But 7 years on, it seems that the countries are not living up to their promises. According to the CDP, a non-profit disclosure platform, and Oliver Wyman, global management consultancy, companies in the G7 economies are failing to meet the Paris Climate Agreement objectives based on the current corporate pledges to cut emissions. G7, which comprises of Britain, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan and the US, the analysis looked at the climate plans of more than 4,000 firms across the world's 7 largest economies, and it shows corporate emissions targets in the G7 countries are overall on a 2.7 degrees Celsius warming trajectory for 2100, and this is a cause of concern. The 2015 Paris Climate Treaty enjoins nations to cap global warming at well below the 2 degrees Celsius and 1.5 degrees Celsius if possible. However, our planet's average surface temperature has already risen 1.2 degrees Celsius above the pre-industrial levels. The analysis essentially showed that companies in Canada and Japan had fared the worst in ratings. Canada was the worst performing in terms of decarbonization plans. The country was leading to a warming of 3.1 degrees Celsius of planet heating. Meanwhile, the US had 2.8 degrees Celsius. The study stated that 88% of the reported greenhouse gas emissions were coming from firms that have no disclosed net zero plans. And on the other hand, by comparison, European countries fared much better. German and Italian businesses were associated with a warming of 2.2 degrees Celsius, followed by France with 2.3 degrees Celsius and the UK with 2.6 degrees Celsius. Now, this study should come as a wake-up call for all the countries ahead of the November COP27 International Climate Summit in Egypt, where nearly 200 countries will convene to discuss and agree upon how to jointly address the climate change crisis, and after that, what has been a devastating summer of drought, heat waves and other climate-linked extreme weather events. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.